Hello, is there anyone out there? Hello, hello. No, it's not working. Or maybe it is working. Okay. Just took it a moment there. Hello? Anyone out there? Anyone at all? Hello, hello. Welcome, come on in. Well, we're going to try to fix something. Shack Angel. We're going to try. We'll try to finish up this PS5 power supply that I worked on for hours yesterday. Worked on for way too long. Welcome, Lubin. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Lubin? Lubin? Well, welcome. I'm just letting some people show up. If they were, maybe some of you, were watching the stream yesterday, and I need to finish this up. I ended yesterday saying that I would come back and we'd finish it up. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to finish up this repair. Hello, PS5 power supply. If you got PS4 supplies, I've got some I need to fix. To be honest, it's probably been 2 years since I've worked on a PS4 supply. I need to go back and reverse engineer some of those. It's on my to-do list. But you're basically going to need MOSFETs, the common drive MOSFETs, the resistor. There's always a fusible resistor in line with those. PFC MOSFET, fuses. That's the main things that go on these things. These filter caps will dry out eventually. Yes, we're going to reuse this old coil. I was going to show you my repair job on this transformer. MK Fix is lurking? Okay. That's all right. Welcome, welcome. So I did some work off camera because I needed to get some two-part epoxy to glue this transformer back, because I knew it was going to basically need to dry all night, so I wanted to do it. Went and got that and did that part last night before I went to bed, because this stuff takes several hours to set up. So she should be ready now. So I waited until this morning to actually repair the windings where they connect to these pins. But I've done that, and I'll show you what all I've done here. Dual sense repair. I've done them. I don't think I've done any videos on them. I've repaired, I don't know, 10 or 20 of them. Still got some parts around. I've done quite a few controllers. Not as many as some people. It's not something I specialize in. One reason being, I can't really make any money off of it. I mean, people are wanting $30 for a broken controller. So let's take a look at this transformer. that I have been working on. Am I zoomed in? No, let's get on down here a little closer. Alrighty, right there's where I glued it. You know, this whole plastic wing here had broken loose, so I epoxied it down in there and down in there. I get that back in focus, and then I basically added just a lead here, and soldered it to the windings. So those should be connected. And what I did last night, though, I put this epoxy on there and then put it in the circuit board, because my fear was that I was going to clamp it, but my fear was I'd get up the next morning and the glue would be set and it wouldn't line up with the holes in the circuit board, and then I would be done at that point. So that's what I did. I laid glue in there, didn't clamp it, but laid it into the pins on the circuit board. Laid it in the holes, I mean. So yeah, I think we're good. We're soldered here and here and down at this end. These other windings were not damaged. That little plastic is busted there, but this is the output side. It's in good shape. Some beefy windings on that output side. But yep. And on the the PCB itself, the power supply. And some of you may not have been here with the stream yesterday, but this is something I'm finishing up from yesterday. Worked on it. It would start up, it would run, but if you put more than 1 amp of load on it, it would shut down. Anyway, after chasing my tail and replacing a lot of things that didn't need replacing, it ended up that the transformer windings were broken. The windings that generated the voltage for the DAP53, the run voltage. It makes its own startup voltage, but the run voltage comes off a winding, you know, as a common practice. And in this case, it's actually right there, pins 1 and 2. And yeah, this thing had gotten dropped at some point, and it had snapped the, you know, they've got so much mass to them, with that sudden stop, the coil keeps going and rips things off. But it just broke these connections. It didn't break these. So it would still try to put out 12 volts, just wouldn't do it very long. And I had lifted like these opto-isolators. You know, these are, what am I trying to say, shutdown circuits. This one and this one. I've soldered those pins back, so that's put back. Let's see, I've cleaned up. That's where I removed some capacitors to check. I resoldered those. Just cleaned and gave the board a good clean because I had gotten flux everywhere. We replaced this DAP053. And anyway, a whole lot of work for just basically a broken transformer coil. But anyway, that's how it goes in my life. I did also, if you remember, we had swapped out these bulk filter capacitors. I put the original ones back on there. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I think they'll be just fine. So I put them back on, soldered them down, glued them down. So all we really need to do is to put this transformer back in these holes and solder it back to the board. And I think we'll be ready to put this back in the in that PS5. I did. Hello, people still coming in. Welcome, welcome. If some of you were here yesterday, the PS5 that this came out of also had a bad HDMI port. I have gone ahead and changed that HDMI port, so that's done. That's out of the way. At this point, we need to get this supply put back together and put it back in that chassis, so I can get my spare one back out. But anyway, so coil repaired, should be repaired anyway. Let me just confirm that we should have conductivity between 1 and 2 now. I'm pretty sure we do. Let's see now. Where's 1 and 2? That's the ones that I've worked on here. Yeah, there we go. Yep, we're good. We're good. So hopefully if I put everything else back right, I mean, I you know, disconnected so much stuff chasing down the problem. I tried to go over the board and try to make sure I put everything back like it was. Other than this, I figured you wanted to see this, the repair job on it. So, see if we can get it slipped back in here now and soldered down like a glove. All right. See if we can, see if I can tack it back on each side. Definitely want it flat to the board. We don't want it to wiggle any. But if it gets dropped again, I mean, all bets are kind of off there now. They're not really drop rated. So I'm going to tack one of these back on this side. We'll need a lot more solder. It's a big joint. Okay, there's one. And on this side. Okay. Should not be able to run away now. All right. Should be captured. There we are. Probably could use a little flux on those. Okay, did I miss? Yeah, I missed one over here, I think. Okay. That should do it. Just let that kind of run off onto the paper towel. Welcome, welcome. JFix, 5-hour stream, no thank you. No thank you. There's Chloroslug. Falcon. Ah, Dave's unbranded, hello. Picotronics, hello. Where's Andy? Where's Andy? Where'd he go? I waited till he stopped streaming. Okay. We are just about ready to test this. I'll let that dry off a little. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. Transformers reinstalled. Let's dry off some of this alcohol. And let me see if I can get my test bench, as it were, set up. I did take some time and clean off, picked up all the wires and cables off my bench and put some things away. Things were getting out of hand. Much better now that we're less cluttered. Okay. The load, where is, here we go. See if I can get this. I've got to make these leads. I'm going to remake these leads just a little bit longer. Because I was trying to keep them short to cut down on the voltage drop. And I'm drawing 10, 20 amps through them. All right. Let me switch where you can see things. Where is it? That other one, you can see a little bit better. You can see the meters and stuff there anyway, I think. Let's try that. Let's get some AC into this. It is turned off right now. Load, except for 1 amp. Turn it on. Surely you can supply 1 amp. Wind that down. 0 voltage. On. Let's bring it up slowly. And get my arm out of the way. Look there. 12.17 at 1 amp. Now it would do this yesterday, remember? It just wouldn't go over 1 amp. So we're not out of the woods yet, but I am rather confident she's going to work. Let's find out. Let's see, is everything in there? Yep, all right. We're going to raise this up. Look there, 2 amps. No problem. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 amps. And we're solid. And look at our current draw. We're like 1.25 amps, something like that. So I think we're good. Now if we want to go any higher than this, we're going to have to plug it straight into the outlet. Oh, there's Andy. Yes, this is, you missed it, Andy. You missed, yes, this is yesterday's power supply. I showed at the very beginning my repair job on this transformer. I did have to use some 2-part epoxy. This stuff, some Gorilla Clear 2-part epoxy, dried pretty darn hard. And I did that last night so it could be ready this morning today, although it's almost noon now, 11 o'clock here. I wanted to finish this up today, so I did glue it last night. Did the repair on the legs, you know, reconnect the wires to the pins this morning. And just a few moments ago, resoldered that on there. And that I did also, I mentioned there earlier, these are the original capacitors back on these bulk capacitors. I put these 180s back on there. That was not the problem, of course. Okay, let me turn this off, and we're gonna wind her up to 30 amps. See if we can make this thing cry. All right. Okay, 10 amps is no problem, obviously. I do have a fan blowing across it right here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let me add another meter into the mix here because it looks like the voltage is dropping way down, and I know I've mentioned it, but it's just a drop across the leads. Let me stick another meter right there. I'm going to put that across the output terminals so you can see what the actual voltage is across those terminals. There you go. 12.146 at 10 amps. We're going to bring her on up. 20 amps. Still running pretty good PFC voltage here. 9, 30 amps. We're holding 12075, 74, whatever. This looks steady. The boost voltage is steady. That's a fix. All right, I'm going to wind her back down. Right around 10 amps. 10 amps is probably what they normally run, you know, when they're running a PS5. Hello, hello. It's working, yes. I can't believe. Oh, and Andy, I don't know if you were not here. I mentioned the PS5. I went ahead and replaced the HDMI port on it. So I wanted to get that miscellaneous stuff out of the way. So when I was live streaming, we could just get to the power supply fix. We'll get that reinstalled and call that a day. At least we can say we finished the repair. That was kind of my goal here. Oh, people are starting to come on in. But she's working. So it was just the broken windings, which, like I said, I don't know if I've never seen this transformer break off the board. This one, the PFC coil, I've seen that many times. Broken, just break it and break the windings and just come off the board entirely. Hadn't seen that one though, so I was not expecting that one. But anyway, let's unplug this. Okay, disconnect that load. Where's my discharge tool? Knock my bottle of alcohol in the floor. All right, let's discharge this thing before we handle it. Okay, down to 3 volts. You'll see it start creeping back up on its own though. They do that. There's a name for it, I can't remember that. But yeah, it's a common occurrence with big electrolytics. Okay. Oh. Cover plates. Let's get it back together. This model doesn't have the little plastic snaps that have to go into certain spots. I guess that's just the DR that has that. I do have another power supply coming in today that I bought off eBay for some reason I have not figured out yet. It's out for delivery, but I don't think it showed up yet. I do have several PS5s to fix though, but I don't think I can do 5 hours. Wireless charging. I don't remember much about the PS4s, I can tell you. I would have to refresh my memory on the PS4s. I just remember they do have a like a dialogue chip, creating, or Toshiba sometimes. They do have a chip creating standby voltages just like a PS5. The PS4 and the PS5 have a lot in common. I guess the PS3 also. Sony does not totally reinvent the wheel each time they build a console. Didn't have that quite snapped together. Okay, let's get this into the chassis. Oh, and I've got to remember, before I forget, I've got to put this antenna back on this power supply. I've done that before and get it all buttoned up and realized. Let's see, which way does it go? It goes like this. Yep, like that. Okay. And I'm missing a screw. I do need to find one of those, fine threaded pointy screws. that go in the back of the chassis and secure this down, because one was missing. All right, so we're just gonna, where's my screwdriver? I thought it would just pop up, but those contacts, we gotta be careful. I still have the ribbon cable in place for the front USB, so I'm gonna just do a little hot swap here. Not really a hot swap since it's not on, but anyway. Oh, come on, get in there. Okay. Get these antennas. Coaxes where they don't get crimped. Something doesn't feel right. Okay, now we went down. Now we went down. All right. Okay, I guess that was just laid right in there. Yep. I try to put these things back like they were from the factory. And you know, some of them, let me get that snapped on there. Why? Just snap. Nope, not gonna snap. Then she snapped. Some of them route around the side right here, and some of them go straight over. Let's put some brand new stickers on here. Is that all of them? Yeah, something like. All right, where's my stickers? I do hope this Blu-ray drive works. I have not checked that. I did replace the HDMI port because it was intermittent. It had been replaced. It was not replaced very well. Had several pins broke loose. All right. Got them in the right place. Get it out of the way. I wonder if I had, I guess, was that screw missing? Must have been. All I've got here is the one. I've already put all the the cover screws on. I've got that one for going to the Blu-ray drive, and I had one of these to go in the back. So I think that one was missing. And I need to see if I can find one. At least it won't fall out now. That is too long for that. That's one of these. I think I'm missing one of these too. And that. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I cleaned that up around the the UART points. Clean that up a little. I have not taken this thing out to blow it out though, and I probably should. But I'm ready to put it back together. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. We're missing our little foam pad that lands right there. Those always fall out and people lose them. I'll give this a little bit of a clean in this cover before I put it on. Just a little. No roaches, luckily, on this one. It's just dirt. Something's missing. Contacts still look good on the ribbon cable. That's good. All right, I think I'm missing, no, it's in there. I thought I was missing some other screw. And this fan, oh, I'm missing a screw there. All right, I think I have those. Nope. Oh wait, there's one of those pointed ones I was looking for the back. I can catch it. Yeah. I needed one of those, but I need the medium length screw, you might say, to go in there. You have to steal one from another console or something. But I do have the one for this thing now. All right, now that won't fall out. Where's that fan? Where did I put the fan? Oh, here it is. Let me go blow this out. Let me go blow that out. I can't put it in there like that. Can't put it in there like that. It's just not good. I'm gonna go blow this out. Be right back. Well, this should work. All right, I think I got it good enough. Hello, Godfrey Allen. Well, welcome, welcome. Damn, Andy spamming the chat. Somebody ban, give Andy a timeout or something. What did I do with that cover? Sure hope this Blu-ray drive works, especially since I put it all back together. Where is, oh, there it is. This trim piece, which I need to blow out also. Because the possibility is this Blu-ray drive may work out, except for the rollers will be dirty and it will just barely take in or eject a disc, and I'll have to take it back apart. Where's the side plates? Yeah, could use a little cleaning on those side plates. That's cigarette smokes, what that is, I believe. And that one as well. I'll take it back apart. I just want to test it. I won't let it go like that. I'll clean those plates. I have to use alcohol to get that stuff off, though. Alcohol and scrub it. We'll cut it. All right, I'm going to get it over here off to the side. I'll flip a camera around. I need to get some, I need to get capture hooked up for the output of this thing. Just haven't done it yet. Oh, the power cord, you're right. And, oh, I see that I didn't put that decal back on it. That's what happens when you get in a hurry. That's exactly what happens. Where is the... Yeah, I'll just hide that one for now. Yep, that cord might help. I have to put that sticker on there. Well, if it needs cleaning, the decal that goes over the... Why are you being difficult? All right, now. Oh, is there a disc in there? Thought I heard it spinning up a disc, but I don't think I'm that lucky. Yeah, no disc. Okay, we're working. We've got good video. If I wiggle the HDMI out, she does not go in and out of picture. Wonder if I can, let's check the Blu-ray drive. Working? Do we have room to install anything? All right, she's spinning up, she's working. Our power supply is working, Blu-ray is working, we have HDMI out. We're installing a game. I'll have to figure out later on if it's banned. Let's hope not. Yeah, James, I did finally found it. Apparently some people were screaming in chat that it was the transformer, but I wasn't really looking at chat too much. I'm sorry. Almost a face reveal? Darn it. We do have picture. So now what? Oh, Andy's retracting messages again. Where's my mod? I only have one mod. That's Steve. Where is he? He's probably not around at the moment. Andy's a troublemaker. All right, what else? That's installing. Another PS5? Let me see. I'll show you what's in my floor over here. It's a bit of a mess. But over there somewhere there's a couple of PS5s. Yep. Lots and lots of miscellaneous parts and stuff. Yep. Yep. So, but I do have a PS5 over there. Let me dig one out. I have two. It's just a bit of a mess. Okay, I understand, Andy. He's the hype man. Everybody's got to have one. All right, let me see what I have in the way of PS5s. I know I have two more. I'll grab one. I don't know what the problem with it is, though. I need to look it up. I want to say I bought at least one beep on off, which I don't know why I bought it, because those can be a nightmare. If I can find my box cutter. Well, I cleaned up a bit earlier and put things where they should be. Oh, here it is. I don't know what the problem with this one is. I will look though and see if I can see here. I'll lay flat. Add another box to my pile of boxes. Okay. Oh, let me see. Let me see what this problem's supposed to be. Tracking number ends in 6034. So let me go look that up. I know I have at least one more arriving today, but purchase history. What did I say? 6034? That's not it. That's it. Parts or repair. Ooh, this could be a bad one. I only paid $115 for it. Okay, this is one. Should I just share this screen? If it'll let me do that, screen capture. That's a schematic. Let me change that to be. There. Use plug from another place where it does power on. Bought it, broken HDMI port to repair. When the port broke, it tore pads off the board. Okay, so this is going to be HDMI port pad repair. See pics. I don't think he showed any pics of the actual pads ripped off. Let me see. Let me go through the pics before I show them. Okay, he just show. Okay, no, he does show. He does have a pic of it there. Does that make sense? So yeah, but not all of them are ripped. Just a few of them are ripped. So it's a repair attempt that went horribly wrong. Is that an easy pizza? I was reading your question, Dave, unbranded HDMI. I don't know what you mean by HDMI at 17K. I don't know what you're referring to. Oh, not yet. All right. Okay. I didn't know what it was. HDMI. I don't know if it's really stream worthy, but it was the next thing. It was just the box I grabbed over there. But yeah, there is no port currently installed. I'm hoping we're not missing a ton of screws. As you can see, a little something missing. That's all right. I knew that when I bought it, so signs of some roach activity. Little spots of corrosion about. Why is there a piece of paper stuck in there? I don't know what that's from. I guess I should try to turn this thing on, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. Before I take it all apart, let's just confirm it does turn on and give us a white light. Won't take but a moment. Hopefully nothing is shorted. Yeah, I do see some roach activity going on. Okay, let me make sure we can see. Power supply started, I saw that. I get where you can see the light here. And there was no beep, but it did turn on. Of course, the beep can be turned off in settings. It does beep on eject. Thought I heard the Blu-ray drive make a noise. All right, white light. White light. Let me get this back live. What days on branded? I usually use diode mode. Do a diode check to each pin. Like on 1 and 3, you should get about 0.8. 4 and 6, 7 and 9, 11 and 13. I think that's the pairs. 14 is not connected. 15 through whatever, you get like 0.6 of a volt, except for which one's ground? 18 or 17? I forget. We're about to be in here looking at one of those, so. All right. I guess it must have did a storage check while I wasn't looking. All right, we're going to shut it down. It doesn't beep when you press the power button, but the beeper obviously works, so that must be turned off in settings. All right, we shut it down. Kind of a bit of a dirty fan. Run out of space on my desk so quickly. All right. That's not the right screw. Oh, it's stripped down in there. That's great. That's why that paper was wedged down in the hole. Because the plastic it threads into is missing. So there was nothing to hold it in there. And the other fine threaded screw is missing right there. Free SSD, or M2 I should say. Free storage. No. Not today. I have found 2 in the past though. I've been lucky twice in the past. So I can't complain. I see some missing screws. Two gig SD card. Yeah, I found 2 of these 1 terabyte M2. I need to put one to use. This is a little bit nasty inside. There's definitely been some roach activity. This is going to need a lot of cleanup. Well, I try not to buy roach-infested consoles anymore. I mean, you can get them cheap, but it takes so long to clean them, and it's just disgusting. So, like this listing here did not mention anything about roaches. Not a word. Not that there's any in there at the moment. This has definitely had them in there. You can see what they leave behind, the mess they leave behind. And I'm assuming this is a 1015. Yeah, 1015. And we're in. Ears are ripped off the ribbon cable. That's not good. The one going to the front USB ports. Or the other screw is missing. What is our liquid metal status? Ooh, nice dry spot. Excellent dry spot. Can you see that? Yeah. So I would imagine this thing would have been overheating rather easy. We've got corrosion on the capacitors behind the Bluetooth Wi-Fi module. So that's probably the next thing that was going to take it down. Oh wow, this HDMI port. Let me get this chassis out of the way. I see the legs of this HDMI port still on the board. Let's take a look at it. Where's my microscope? Yep. I guess they couldn't desolder it. So they just wiggled it till it snapped off, the leg snapped off. Now we definitely have a couple we gotta fix. This one, that one. This one needs to be secured back down if we could. The ground pin is gone. Oh boy. If I can make that lay back down. So where to start? Thinking about trying to secure this back down if I'm going to keep it before I start putting flux on the board, and then suddenly nothing wants to stick anymore. Let's see what's behind it there. Okay. See if we can stick this down. Because I get to scrubbing and cleaning, and I will knock that off. Let's see. Give that a little heat too. What did I do? Here we go. That probably gonna have to go. I need to put a little more solder mask up in here. Let me add a little more on that. Now I've gotten solder mask up under this other pad. Oops. Didn't realize it was raised up just a little. Need to clean all those pads off. Yeah, let's do it. I just like to, I'm going to need some more. So, you know, it's just the flux gets in the way of that solder mess. Sticking and doing its job unless you scrub it really, really well. Which we can do, but it's all hard to do if you've got traces that are barely hanging on. I don't like how close number 3 is. It's not touching, I don't believe, but 3 and 4. Not touching, but it wants to. Why is this other tip so... These are new Pro. I guess it's broken already. I just opened these the other day. Okay, one of them's sharp and one of them's already snapped off. Yeah. Yep. I need to get those legs out. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Oh, there's worms. Hello. Yeah, you think solder will go over there? That is a possibility. That is a possibility. They are definitely close enough, and especially if there's flux involved, it's going to try to push it over there, isn't it? Yeah, that's really close. Really, really close. Yeah, that's probably short. I mean, I'll lose that one also. It's got to come off. Oh, this is going to be tedious. Yep, this is tedious and time consuming. That is not too good. Scrape back to here. Go ahead and get rid of that piece. It's going to come off anyway. Okay. Where's my wire? Where are my special pliers? All right. See what we can do. Something like that, if I could get it in place. Something like that. Yeah, what I may have to do is try to secure it down and then shape it. And I have the dullest razor known to man. All right. Stay there. Don't run away. I think I'm a little bit high. No? No? Okay. I need to secure it a little bit better. I can always scrape that stuff off. Where's my solder? Okay, that might work. Okay, one down. I'll have to clean it off. One down. I do need to secure that one though. I shouldn't really say it's connected, but let's see if we can secure it. There's always flux under the edge of it, no matter what you do. Alrighty, hit that with a little bit of UV and some heat. Just thinking about this one, there's really no reason not just to go right back up here, isn't there? Just run it to right there. I can see no reason not to do that. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Darn it. I was hoping it was 14, which doesn't really do anything. Not yet. I'm sure they'll find a use for it at some point. tedious. And I've got an Xbox coming in. I think I'm going to have to do a lot of this to it. I think it's going to have a lot of rip pads. Because it was a repair job, I think, done by a shop. At least that's what the seller said. Anyway, you never know. That apparently they were unable to remove the port. But in the pictures, there's no port. So, yeah, something got removed. Come on. Come on. All right, now. I lost my little needles. Nobody sneeze. Don't think I got enough. Not quite enough stuff on there. Is that how I want to do this? Nope, she's not stuck down. Oh. So close. All right, now. Get over in there. Yeah, like that. Guess I should go ahead and trim it so it'll go in that little depression a little easier. Yeah. Everything wants to be difficult. I needed to shape that a little bit more. Before it was too late. Don't like that one's a little bit off center. Now it's a lot off center. Sometimes they fall right in place, but usually they don't. Usually they do this right here where they just constantly wiggle around. And I am forced to solder this stupid thing. This is getting ridiculous. This is where I burn my finger. Ow. Now run away. That's a bit of a mess. Oh well. So I need to move that one. It's just too close. Either move it or I cut the side of it so it's not so close. It did move. It broke loose. Ah, there it finally broke. Well, good. Didn't like you anyway. What are we talking about in chat? I saw a song where we're talking about worms. In the garden and their beneficial uses. I apologize. I'm kind of focused at the moment. Still glad you're here though. Did I get that one? Nope. Yeah, the best way to do this is probably to solder it up there. And then you don't have to chase it so much. At least it can't flip on you and roll like a crocodile, death spiral, or whatever they call it. Okay, that's tacked a little. Yeah. Okay. Can we get it secure? This other PS5 is finished installing that game I was installing off of it. Okay. I didn't do the where I soldered it because I'd like to add a little more solder to it up there. What I'd like to do. Just a touch more. Kind of like that. And then I'll give it a clean, and we'll coat it as well. We got a ground to worry about, and I'm going to replace that ground. I don't like to skip on the grounds. But that's just me. Okay, our ground. Let's see. That tip's not going to quite do it. Doesn't have the heat for it. That's all right. I just wanted to tin it a little. Gonna have to use a different iron for this, though. I need a little more heat than that little tiny Pico pencil can do. maybe more than this one can do. Try to get it stuck in place, and then I'll try to flatten that big hill of solder out a little and just get it where it won't take off. Let's see, can I make that worse? I'm just trying to flatten it out a little. Oh, and it moved. I think I'd best leave it alone. Clean this up, and I will re-secure it. I may leave that little tail stuck on there, though. It's something else for the solder mask to hang on to. I have to get my big light out to cure this a little bit better. Turn my heat up a little. That's only 260. Let's get up in the 300s. I gotta clean all that off. Let me put my big UV light on there and rest a second. Well, what are we talking about here? Hello? Worms, are you old? Well, join the crowd. I'm old. My hands don't shake too bad. I'm very lucky. Let's see, how old am I? Do the math in my head. I am 57. I don't drink coffee, Andy. I do drink tea and caffeinated sodas, but it doesn't seem to give me the shakes. I've been very fortunate in my life. I mean, so I got very steady hands. I mean, now my fingers are shaking. But fortunately, my eyes are still good enough. I can see up close great. I have glasses I wear when I'm driving, but I don't use them. I can't use them for this. It just messes up my near vision. They're correction for distance vision, reading signs and stuff at night. But for this, I'm very fortunate. I can see every little capacitor on there and stuff. Very fortunate. Where I need to get it, well, I say I need to get an HDMI port ready, but we're not quite ready, are we? I still got to get the legs out of this, the old port legs out of that board. What you drinking the last stream? I think I had a soft drink, a sugary soft drink that I should not have. Sometimes it might be a rum and coke. Sometimes it might be a beer. Kind of depends upon the time of day and the mood I'm in. Let me get a port. Where is my, okay. Yeah, sweet teas. Mine is not too sweetened. I can't stand it too sweetened. I make my own. And my wife doesn't really drink it. She will sometimes. So pretty much it's just me making it for myself so I can kind of, prepare it how I like it. I'm going to go ahead and tin this port. Hopefully we'll be able to install it here soon. Where is my solder? I end up taking little strips of solder off the roll. So I end up with little pieces of solder laying all over my bench, which is not good because they can get into things. Anyway. Oh, come on. Work with me here. All right. Try and get a little raised hill of solder on those pins. And I'll add some on the board. All right, we got that ready. Now, what do I need to do here? I've got to clean up all that excess solder mask and get this tinned and not break anything. Well, how do you like my my pad replacements? I've shown before how I make those. I'm just flattening a piece of 0.1 millimeter wire in the jaws of my pliers right here. That flat area, get it right in there, squeeze it, and it makes a nice little pad. Yeah, you could run the wires, afterwards, put them on top of the pins. It's just not it's not how I like to do it. I don't know. Personal preference. Ooh, I've got an order from AliExpress coming it takes like 3 weeks, maybe 4 to get stuff. I've got a bunch of 61 GG South bridges and HDMI encoders because I'm out of South bridges. Short of I could pull one off a donor board probably, a board with a dead APU. And I'm getting dangerously low on HDMI encoders. I kind of went on a run there for a while. I had a lot of broken HDMI encoders. I think I've got a couple of new ones left. So I got 10 of each of those. All right, what did I miss here? We'll give it a clean, see how it looks. See if it looks like it'll take solder. All right. Does it look like it'll take solder? Yeah, I order a lot of stuff from Mouser. Because Mouser is very close to me. If I order second day, I'll get it easily within a day and a half, 2 days, whatever. Gonna have to get those things out of there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and tin these though. That might work. Okay. Now I gotta get these old pins out. The old mounting. And I'm gonna put a little, I use my Omni vise for this. I'll put it at toward the back of the board. I can show you, well maybe. I kind of set it back here with this padding so it doesn't, the board doesn't kick up on me. It kind of stays in place. All right, are those pins going to come out nice and easy? So they're going to put up a fight. Oops, we're going to need more heat than 318C. I promise. We need a lot more heat. May have to put some low melt on these pins. And push them out. I hate to push it out. It's going to go right into my hot air station, my hot air nozzle if I push it out. Yeah, I don't like the prospects of that. I don't think I can get a hold of them enough. Some of these over I can get a hold of them enough to grab, I think. Oh, it's falling out. It's falling out. Can I push it from the other side? Maybe, but then again, my tweezers are going to get really, really hot. Now I saw that thing moving and then suddenly it stopped. There it goes. I just don't want it to fall into my hot air. Alright, if I can get it to molten again, I'll push it up, I'll let it cool, then we're going to get up here and grab the stupid thing. Gotcha. Can I just grab this one? Don't do it. Oh, got it. See, this one's so short down here. I'm not sure if it's in the picture. Yeah, it is. Oop, oop, it's going to fall out, isn't it? I'm just going to punch it out. Nope, couldn't punch it out. See if I can push it back through the board then. Alright, I've got it up there a little. Can I grab it? Yes. Alright, what about you? Yes, it volunteered to come out. Alright. Let me add a little solder to these mounting holes. And let's do it again. Where is my new port? Okay. It had gotten shoved around on the desk. Yeah, this is pretty good on flux. I've gotten flux on my favorite tweezers, which I don't want to stick up in the port when I'm grabbing it, so I'll go to my second favorite pair of tweezers. Alright. Come on now. There we go. Ouch, ouch, ouch. It's a little askew. Spin this board around. Let's look at it this way. I think that will probably work. I think. Yep. I'm just glad the port's on there. I don't want to mess with it too much and knock everything loose. I do want to touch up these mounting legs back here though. It's a little bit crooked. It's a little bit crooked. Okay. Clean all that up. Now I melted it a little bit down in there. I think we're okay though. Let me clean it, and then we'll check it with a meter diode mode. Just gonna heat this flux up a little. Now I need to clean it out on the inside. Get a couple of cotton pellets. Okay, that went well. Now where is my deoxit? And this PS5, the last one I put together over there, has gone to sleep. All right. What do we get in the way of diode readings now? All right, pin 1, 0.8, 2 is ground, 3, 0.8, 4.8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 just goes to a capacitor to ground, 15, 16, 17 is ground, 18 is your 5 volts going out to the monitor, 19. I think we will have picture. I think we will have picture. What do we think? Is it going to work? Going for a 6-hour stream? Hell no. Actually, I need to go eat some lunch or something here in a little bit. That's what I need to do. But we need to see this thing work anyway, I guess. I do have some other things I need to do today. Need to go get in the pool. It's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And I think we have rain coming. So it may be now or never. clean that up a little. Yeah, I don't doubt this thing was overheating some. It's that big of a dry spot. Okay, we got that kind of straightened out. I don't know if I showed y'all the area behind the Wi-Fi Bluetooth module. It's not looking too great. I'm knocking things over. If you see what I mean. This is that area where, you know, where the circuit board's exposed. What is this? It's not wanting to come off. Gonna have to do a little scraping. Yeah, that capacitor does not look too sporty down there. It's seen better days. I mean, obviously nothing's shorted because it's turning on. That little one down there, I really don't like the looks of. Well, if I get the corrosion off of it, how about a little scrub with a toothbrush? Much better. Much better. All right. At least it doesn't look quite as corroded as it once did. Yep, roach damage. It's just roach damage. Whatever it is they secrete is very corrosive. Very corrosive to like raw copper or the steel plates. They just, it's nasty. We'll give this a little bit of a clean. We're going to pop in the chassis though, and hopefully have a picture. We know it kind of turns on. We had a white light earlier. Yeah, a little corrosion around this. Ooh, some of this, yeah. Oh, it's nasty. Okay. Well, I might just slip it in the chassis so that y'all can see it working. So you don't have to sit there and watch me clean this thing. What is that? Hang on a second. Let me go back to the microscope behind this ribbon connector. Okay. That is almost like something sugary, like soda or something. That's what that looks like. The way it's coming up in flakes and stuck to that connector. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little more cleaning on this. All right. That's enough cleaning for now. Let's slip it back in the chassis. Lick it and see. Yeah. Yes, that's disgusting. That's disgusting coming from someone named Worms. Oops, don't do that. All right, I got to straighten up this liquid metal. Oh, that's a dirty Q-tip. On this heat sink that always has a pattern of somebody's fingerprint. So somebody at that factory manages to get his finger on that thing every time, because you can see a full fingerprint. Anybody else live currently? Yeah, is Worms doing a live stream? I would watch that. I mean, we would all watch that. We would all be there, Worms. We'd be right there with you. Heckling from the crowd. Yep, I'm going to get some lunch here in a minute. I've got made a delicious pot roast yesterday, and I have some leftovers that I would like to engage into. Alrighty, that looks like smooth as ice. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I gotta do a little more cleanup on this one. Oh, I just want to see it work, and then I'll probably be leaving. Somebody else can pick up the torch and carry it forth, entertaining the community. Screwdriver. Oh, that's what I was looking for. So, is it going to work? What do we think? Fan is nasty. Symbol Tech? I'm not familiar with him. I'll check it out, but I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah. All right, we gotta get this one out of the way. It's gone to sleep here. Uh-oh. Blu-ray drive is stuck trying to eject. And now it won't load. So that's got to come back apart. That could be the ribbon cable. The micro switches, signals go through that ribbon. It worked one time. Okay, I'll fix that. It's either a problem in the drive itself, but I lean toward that ribbon cable, a flexible plastic ribbon cable. Shut you down. Darn, I thought I was through with this one. Thought I was through with it. Yeah, Oscar says, "Yeah, he knew it." Okay, we have this. That was the previous one. Oh, okay. I want to make sure nobody was confused. This is the previous PS5. I'll set it in the floor for now. All right. What do we think? Will we have picture? Still no beep. That's got to be in the settings. All together, we have picture. What did Andy say no about? Oh, he was, okay, yeah. I can't believe that's true. I can't believe. We do have picture, though. All right. So, yeah, I've got some more cleanup to do on this one. The Blu-ray drive is rather nasty. Clean that up. But yeah, and I'll have to take this one back apart. This is the one with the bad power supply that we worked on for so long. I've got to make sure the Blu-ray drive is working, loading and unloading like it should on that one. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, what did I say? Did I say I paid $150 for it? I thought it was less than that. Okay, shipping and all, $152.44. Shipping, taxes, and all, $152.44. Not bad. I usually sell them for about $300. Just the console and a power cord. So I'll take it. That's a good deal. It would be cool if Soren popped in. I've never seen Soren pop in anywhere though. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to run and go get some lunch, and you can move on to somebody else in the community. But I appreciate you being here, and we will do it again very, very soon. Oh, after eBay fees, I don't remember I can't remember how much, but it's just a hobby for me. See you soon. See you soon. Thanks everybody for coming. Bye. And 3, 2,